Hey, and thanks for tuning in. It's great to see you. I can't actually see you, but feels like the thing to say. And welcome to the channel. I'm Luke Burton or Lucas Burton. People call me Luke or Lucas, um, and I'm a personal development coach. And before that, I worked as a mental health and addictions therapist in all kinds of areas for about 21 years. I've been working in the helping profession. It's almost 22 now, getting older. Um, and so do these videos. Hopefully they're helpful. Um, and the like and subscribe. I'm supposed to learn how to say that and do that. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, and it pushes videos that may be helpful for some, and gets them out there. Sorry, I'm just looking at that thing, got distracted. So today, kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, we talked about automatic thoughts and reframing those things. And oftentimes, what I notice is that we can struggle with the idea of being of service. And being of service, and what I'm talking about is, your ability to help out or to volunteer on certain things. And every person's idea of being of service can be somewhat different. Right? So I'm not here with the hard and fast, this is what it is. I'm not saying that. I'm just bringing up the dialogue to talk about. And being of service, one of the things I love to do is I coach youth sports. It's been such a huge part of my life. I think this year will be the 13th or 14th year that I've coached some form of youth sport. And it's just been a true blessing. Not all the time. There's been times in my life I noticed that I was not giving myself any energy from that. Like I was getting energy from it, but the niggling thoughts in my head, like some of those automatic thoughts, like I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm doing too much. And so, sort of the theme today is talking about it's great to be of service, but do you do that for yourself? Are you of service to yourself? And what I'm getting at is like, do you make time for you? Do you make time for the things you enjoy? Do you, do you rest enough? Do you feed your own, whatever you want to call it, your soul, your spirit? Do you feed your own energy? Do you get energy from those things to help bring up your vibration, your excitement about things? Because we can get really focused on, I'm doing this for everyone else and I'm a good person. And you are. You're a good person for doing that. If you're not feeding yourself, like feeding your energy or your soul, you can get really tired, almost too tired. Sometimes you can be a little bit resentful. I know I was. There was times in my life I was doing youth sports, um, working, trying to raise a family, trying to be a good father, trying to be a good partner, and I was failing miserably at a lot of those things. And in my head, I was like, well, I'm doing all these things. Why is no one seeing everything I'm doing? Like, come on, give me the validation I need, right? And it's great if people validate us, 100%. But when you're expecting it or wanting it, it can really create lots of different vibes going on. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You felt, I can almost, if you're here watching this, you felt that at some point in your life, right? You really want someone to validate you. So the next part would be, being of service to yourself. I just let that sink in. Be of service to yourself. Like, meet your needs. Don't be always expecting others to meet your needs, but you can do it yourself. Some of the things that I've worked on over the years is one of the biggest things that's helped me is I was listening to a talk a long time ago, and I can't remember who did this talk, but the premise was that near the end was give yourself as much compassion as you give other people. And that just sort of blew my mind because I realized that I wasn't giving myself any compassion. Right? I would mess up and it'd be like, oh my God, I screwed up. I did this wrong. How could I do that? And here I'm trying to do this for, trying to make these coaching plans and trying to be a good partner and trying to this, and it was always, there was never any compassion. And I was sort of stuck thinking, well, why aren't people showering me with compassion when I'm struggling? And the big question came, is like, why wasn't I showering myself? Why wasn't I holding myself, holding yourself up in that same compassion that I would hold other people up in? And ask yourself that, like, do you hold yourself in that same compassion as you hold others? When someone close to you or someone very dear to you, maybe they mess up, maybe they screw up, and there's compassion, right? You hold them in that compassion because you know they're a good person, right? They just messed up, they fucked up. That happens. Do you do that with yourself? Like, do you hold yourself up? Like, it seems strange to me every while. I'm like talking to myself, it's okay, Luke. Everyone screws up. It's all right. It's okay, right? You'll do better next time. Now you have something to learn from and apply that. And maybe that won't happen next time. So holding yourself in that same compassion as you hold others, it's a good place to start. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. The next thing I started noticing is that, when you give someone a genuine compliment, like you say you're at work, or you at work, yeah, and someone does a presentation, we'll use that. And, sorry, excuse me. You're at work. I'm doing this on my phone. That's why. Anyways, you're at work and you give a genuine compliment to somebody. Like, they just smashed this presentation and it was awesome. And you go up to them and you're like, you know what, that was fantastic. I really got a lot from that. And it seemed like a ton of work that you put into it. Thank you so much. It was awesome. You did great. So how many times do we do that with ourselves? Like, I know, what the heck's her name? She's talking about the HiFi Habit, right? And it may be different, and I remember thinking when I read that book, I was like, well, it's similar. Like, give yourself a compliment, right? Like, believe in yourself. Like, you're doing really good. You started. Like, you had this idea to do something and you did it, right? Give yourself a genuine compliment. The challenge can be is that, maybe not for you, but if someone gave me a compliment, I'd be like, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay, great. I wouldn't like feel it. And then some people would say, well, it wasn't genuine then if you didn't feel it. And be like, okay, but maybe for them it was genuine, but maybe for me I was closed off. So what happens when we open ourselves up to ourselves and actually give ourselves a genuine compliment? Like, you're doing well. Hey, you showed up today. You're doing really well on that presentation you did. Keep doing it. Keep moving. Keep going and doing it. Give yourself that genuine compliment, that you're working hard. And the next thing would be, how when people irritate you and, I won't use that. Try this. When someone says, I'm always honest. I tell the truth. I tell the truth. And it's like, okay, that's good. It's good. How many times do you do that with yourself? You're genuinely honest with yourself. Not in a like condescending way, but you're just genuinely honest with yourself. Like, I'm not doing so well right now, but I'm working hard towards it. Right? I didn't do so well on that. But what did I learn? Well, X, Y, and Z. Take those X, Y's, and Z's out and put them in differently. You're genuinely honest with how things are going. And we like to focus on maybe the negative things, but how many times are you honest with the good things you're doing? Like, genuinely honest with yourself. Like, yeah, I'm smashing that. Like, I'm doing okay. Like, I really did well on that. Like, could be anything. Like, I really did well helping out with the kids' baseball team, or I did well at this certain thing, right? How many times are you genuinely honest with yourself when you do things well? And why I suggest that is sometimes You know you've done something well, but you're wishing someone else will notice it. Be that someone else. Notice it for yourself. Hopefully this helped out. Please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And hopefully this video was helpful in some way. And hopefully we'll see you again. All right, take care and wish you all the best. Bye-bye.